Aloha, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Astrology Dome. My name is Galit, and today I'm going to talk to you about lack of an element in the birth chart. Now, this is an interesting subject because sometimes you see a birth chart and there is no air, or there is no fire, and there is no earth. But is it really so? So first of all, what I'd like you to do, if you see a chart like that, or if you have a chart like that and it's about you, pay attention to where the planets are, because you may lack, let's say, the earth element, but you have a lot of planets in the 2nd, 6th, and 10th house, which are earth houses. So if your sun is in the 10th house, it does get the color of air, it does get those qualities, even if it's in Sagittarius, right? A very fiery sign, or Leo. It still is getting some earth momentum going on and wants to shine and be responsible and get all that good reputation in your career, because this is an earth house. So do we really have a lack of elements? Sometimes we do. Sometimes you see charts that are lacking in the element, and they don't have planets in those elements houses. So this is really a lack of element. Usually in astrology, we consider a lack of element if you have only one planet in that element, but I don't really think so, because I feel that a lack of element should be considered if you really completely are lacking that element. But let's talk about what does it mean to have a lack of element. So let's start with the earth element. If you are lacking planets in an earth element, and even in houses that are earth ruled, then it's not that you don't know money. You have a kind of a double sword relationship with money, with sexuality, with the body, all things represented by the earth. And you are striving to create those. Actually, this is where you don't know what to do. You're not sure how to function with your body. You're not sure how to function with money, but you are striving inside of you to compensate. Because, and I'd like to read something very important to you. There are 5 mechanisms by which the psyche responds to a missing function in the chart: denial, repression, projection, sublimation, and compensation. So what do you do when you don't have something? You can be in denial. If you don't have an element, you can deny it. You can repress it. No, I'm fine. I don't need any help on that, or I'm fine. You're just denying it to yourself. You put it into projection. You bring other people, or you criticize other people for not doing that, for not having that, as if it's not your own, it's their issue. And sublimation, you can just, it's your subconscious that keeps giving you those messages, and you keep fighting this element in your dreams, in your meditation, in between you and yourself. Or compensation. Now, when we get to the compensation state, then it's the time that we are going to look for that element and bring it into our life in many different ways, usually through other people. We would marry someone that has earth element, that will teach us about that earth element. But in a nutshell, what I like to say, if you're lacking earth, you would seek that you're missing, because we human, we constantly balance our life. We constantly strive to balance ourselves. So whatever element you're seeking and you're missing, you will try to compensate by becoming a master in that. It's kind of a lesson in this lifetime for you to learn, because you just don't know it, right? Let's move to the water element. So water is all about the feeling, right? It's not about the mind. Water knows in a different way. It feels. It just feels the vibration, but it's all about our emotions. It's opening up the whale of emotion and allowing ourselves to feel, deeply feel, sometimes without boundaries, right? Like Pisces, or locking ourselves and merging together with another, like Scorpio, or just feeling that well of great feeling through Cancer. So if you're lacking in water, you don't want to mess around with those feelings. That's a foreign language for you. You don't know what to do with it. You're so afraid of it. You're so afraid of feeling because you probably have a lot of air or earth or fire in your chart, and you're pushing that aside. This is the rejection. You reject that part of yourself. Obviously, we all have all our parts. We are not missing any parts. Even if you're missing an element, you're not missing that element. You will compensate by acquiring that element. So maybe with water, you will repress those emotions for a while until they'll well up and come out in an outburst, or you would learn to bring them into your life. Like some therapists are missing water elements in their chart, and they're actually learning through becoming a therapist how to cultivate a safe experience to experience emotions. So you would find your trick, your journey on how to safely experience emotions. So if you're missing the air element, air is all about communication. It's about intellect. It's about mind processing. It's about facts. It's about knowledge. It's about being social. It's about talking. It's about writing. It's about expressing ourselves. And so if you're missing the air element, you're probably horrified if you need to write. You're probably not doing so well in school because this is all about that air element and processing information. And this is your nightmare if somebody wants you to play a part in a play because you just can't remember the lines for that play. So for you, the task is to find a way to express yourself verbally to somebody and really show up through that verbal communication and not feel that it's personal, because the air element is not that personal. Air element is actually about seeing both sides of things and not getting so attached to ideas, just exchanging ideas and learning from them. So if you're a lot of water and you don't have air to compensate for all those emotions, you're constantly swimming in an emotional pool and without an outlet for the air. So you are learning how to cultivate your self-expression so people could understand you better. And this is a lifelong mission to learn that. And you are learning it because every time we're missing something, we have a natural desire to bring it into balance. So it's like if you're lacking an element, it's like a lifelong journey seeking that compensation, that element, whether through other people or you learn it yourself, or both. If you're missing the fire element, fire is all about taking a lead, initiating, igniting, being creative, starting something, shining, taking a rulership, leadership role, an entrepreneurship, adventurous. If you're missing that element, you're kind of afraid to take initiation. Maybe you prefer to live life through other people's experience or expectations from you. But actually, if you're missing the fire element, this is a lifelong search for who you are, for what your soul and spirit wants to be. Actually, you will compensate for that in a search for how to shine in this life. It may be, a curvy, bumpy road, but you will search for it because, again, you need to bring this into balance. There is no way you can live your life with missing a big element like fire. So if you're missing a fire element, you will be searching for your own central theme in this life. How can you shine and how can you get recognition for shining your special way? This is another video in the series, You Ask, I Answer. And I love to answer questions. If you have any questions about astrology, please send them my way, either through Instagram or YouTube or my website. I would love to hear from you. And with answering questions, everybody can gain more knowledge about astrology. And don't forget, please, to like my video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. I would love to see you here. And as always, enjoy today and become the best version of yourself today and every day. I will see you next time.